always I feel a bit nervous, so I want to do it as better as I can. But I want to teach you some of my experience about hazardous atmospheres. I've been working with hazardous atmospheres for already 10 years in power plants. The purpose of this brief seminar is to learn some general aspects about hazardous atmospheres, know deeply work procedures to deal with these hazardous atmospheres, and know the impacts of hazardous atmospheres on the project, on the during life of the project. So this is the index that we are going to follow to achieve these purposes. When we are designing a facility, we have two types of entities: tangible and visible entities, like physical elements like beams, an equipment, a piping, or raceways, things that you can see and you can touch, and while you are designing, you take into account. But we have other entities that I used to call non-tangible or non-visible, that are spaces, such means of egress, dismantling areas, and hazardous atmospheres. Hazardous atmospheres are one of these non-visible spaces of a special type, because they have physical and chemical properties that are very influenced by the environmental conditions. So these make us to change our mind and to change our work procedures to deal with these special entities. But now we have the CAD tools, like 3D models, that allow us to change these non-tangible or non-visible elements into tangible or visible ones. So this is very important, and one of the main key of this work procedure should be to introduce this hazardous atmosphere as a physical element in the model. So first of all, what is a hazardous atmosphere? The first problem that I have found during my work life is that depends on where you are working in the country. You talk about hazardous area, hazardous location, atmosphere explosive. Depends on where you were. You talk about one. But the concept is the same. So hazardous area, according, is where fire or explosion hazards may exist due to flammable gases, flammable liquids, produced vapors, combustible liquid, produced vapors, or dust or ignitable fibers. So these elements is needed to be in the air in quantities sufficient to produce explosive or ignitional mixtures. It's any place where an explosive or an explosion may occur in quantities such to require to take special precautions to protect the safety of the workers and the facilities. So the International Electrotechnical Code number 60079 defines a hazardous area as a three-dimensional region or space in which an explosive or gas atmosphere is or may be expected to be present in quantities such to require special precautions for the construction, installation, and the use of equipment. So this translates in the whole life of the plant. According to this International Electrotechnical Code, we have the several types of hazardous atmospheres. Based on the type of atmosphere is created based on we have two main atmospheres: gas hazardous atmospheres and dust hazardous atmosphere. It's not the same because the consequences are the same. It's the explosion, but we treat them on a different way if it's a gas atmosphere or if it's a dust atmosphere.